We think we're smart. We think we're safe. But what if the very tools we created to conquer the universe are about to unmake us? Not by alien invasion, not a zombie apocalypse, but by humanity's most ancient, most dangerous flaw ourselves. Before you grab another can of beans, ask yourself, is your prepper kit ready for the end of everything? Because it might all vanish with little warning, and the clock is ticking. Remember the Krell from the 1954 movie, The Forbidden Planet? A super advanced civilization. Utopia, right? Wrong. They annihilated themselves with their own technology, not invaders, not plague, but monsters from the id, their own subconscious hatreds and desires, amplified by godlike power. And that is just where we're going. The crowd built machines to make their thoughts real, but they forgot they had dark thoughts, dark thoughts. They built the ultimate power, but their minds couldn't handle it. Boom, all gone. And we, my friends, are getting dangerously close to that Krell moment ourselves. Uh, we used to think monsters from the id were just some bad special effects in the movies. Turns out they're just Twitter feeds and now with extra nukes. And prepper takeaway. The enemy might not be external. It might be the entire human race. Your community ties and local resilience become paramount for your survival. In the past, wiping out a city took a nation state, armies, and top secret bunkers. Not anymore. Welcome to the democratization of destruction. Sounds like a title for a song, right? In 1994, I started the Huntsville, Alabama L5 Society's High Altitude Liftoff Program, HALO. My chapter was a chapter of the National Space Society, HAL 5, and we decided to do something impossible. We were a handful of everyday engineers and lay people working out of a garage on a shoestring budget, building a hybrid rocket to launch a balloon 20 miles up and from that a rocket into space. And here's one of the rocket motors that we used. This is our Hart Catch Prize rocket motor. We already did it. This motor was actually burned on a 3-second burn. It's a test burn. It still has fuel in the grain. But as we were soldering avionics in one garage and building the rocket in another, it hit me. We were doing something that used to take a superpower nation to accomplish just decades earlier. I realized that the democratization of technology was a train that couldn't be stopped. And that meant the democratization of destruction was coming next. And that was over 30 years ago. We made the launch. We landed in the Guinness Book of Records. But today, the democratization has hit a fever pitch. Welcome to the era of a nuke in every pot. And I did a video on this topic on this channel 6 years ago. We have a problem with memory. The horrors of Nagasaki and Hiroshima have faded into the history books. World leaders today don't remember the radiation, the heat, the sheer size and power of a hydrogen bomb test. We see Putin posturing, and suddenly people are clamoring to attack nuclear nations as if limiting nuclear war isn't a total oxymoron. Remember, when we used to worry about world powers pushing the button, now it feels like we're playing chicken with nuclear war every Tuesday. How smart is it to play nuclear Russian roulette with the Russians? But Now, just for giggles, the Chinese and North Koreans have entered the game too. Now we have three nuclear revolvers pointed at us. Of course, India and Pakistan deserve an honorable mention for playing their own game of nuclear Russian roulette. From the 1950s to the 1990s, we had uh, dozens of events from the Cuban Missile Crisis to computer eras that brought us to within a hair's width of a nuclear war. Unfortunately, then, or fortunately for us back then, it took 30 minutes for a ballistic missile to be exchanged over the poles from Russia to the United States, or vice versa. Submarine launched ballistic missiles required at least 10 to 15 minutes. That gave each side time to figure out if the threat was real. With hypersonic missiles capable of reaching us in 5 minutes, we don't have that luxury today. If the attack comes in the wee hours, Washington, D.C. Could be hit before the president could even get his underwear on. In today's world, decision time is instant. And it's not just one hair trigger, it's several. We live in much more dangerous times now. Yet today, the world has lost its mind. We poke the bear in Putin postures. We seem to have forgotten that nuclear winter actually means it's not just a bad summer, folks. And then we got AI. AI isn't just generating pretty cat pictures anymore. It's writing code, designing new materials, running entire economies, and getting so smart we don't even know if we'll be able to keep up. What if it designs a super virus or decides we're the real problem? And then there's bio-era and bio-terra. It's not just nukes. Remember my Halo garage? Now people are running illegal biolabs in warehouses in Greeley, California. And there we found 1,000 transgenic mice and virals of HIV and malaria. I say running, I meant ran. Another one just popped up in Las Vegas in 2026. It isn't a conspiracy. This is the news. The scariest one yet, CRISPR let us edit life itself. Want to cure cancer? Great. Want to create a super plague? Easy peasy. And then there's mirror life. If a lab, maybe one lurking in your neighbor's basement, releases right-handed bacteria, it could outcompete all life on Earth. Think of it like this. All life on Earth is built with left-handed Lego bricks. Mirror life would be built with right-handed bricks. That's the way the amino acids are twisted. Our bodies wouldn't even see it as food or a threat until it's too late. It's an extinction dressed up as a lab experiment. It would be invisible, unstoppable, extinction event. And hey, I know Eric Drexler, K. Eric Drexler, who wrote Engines of Creation. He warned us about nanotechnology, self-replicating molecular robots, kind of like Mirror Life, but these are little robots. If they get out of control, they don't just kill us, they get to turn the entire biosphere of our planet into gray goo. Total consumption. Congratulations, humanity. You've successfully invented new ways to accidentally or intentionally hit the delete all button. Eric Weinstein, a brilliant physicist, calls this the twin nuclei problem. We cracked the atom, nuclear power in the cell, genetic engineering, all in about a year from 1952 to 1953. We now have the power of gods, but the wisdom of toddlers. We can now give anyone the tools to end the world. This is what I feared when I made my video on this channel, A Nuke in Every Pot, 6 years ago. Oh, yeah, in 1952, that was the hydrogen bomb. I'm not talking about the atom bomb per se, the hydrogen bomb. Prepper takeaway. Diversify your threat preparations. Nuclear war, bioweapons, AI run wild. This means that comprehensive planning for a total grid down, supply chain collapse, and potential biological isolation are in tall order. Your medical supplies and knowledge are the key to survival. Even if we survive, what state will we be in? Our civilization, our technology, what you're watching this video on was all built on easy resources. High-grade copper found near the surface, abundant oil near the surface, ready to pump, easy to get at. And those days are gone. We used to find nuggets of copper on the ground, nearly pure. Now we're mining copper that's 4 to 10 parts per million with giant machines and industrial processing capabilities to get the copper out of the ore. And where we used to go in Pennsylvania and stick a stick in the ground and oil would come up, well, now you got to go out to sea, miles out and miles underneath the water to the bottom of the ocean floor and drill several miles more to hit oil, requiring very expensive, colossal oil rigs and infrastructure to keep it all going. So we have a resource trap. If we blast ourselves back to the Stone Age, we don't have the materials to climb back up. No easy copper for wiring, no easy oil for fuel. We might never get beyond a Roman level civilization if we get that far. Remember, they were beyond the Bronze Age, and you're not even going to have bronze if you don't have copper. Talk about Flint, yeah, Stone Age, sticks and stones. That's what Einstein talked about. So World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones. Yeah, this isn't just about survival. It's about a permanent crippling of human potential. We would be stuck on this third rock from the sun, living like a bunch of starving Somalians until the sun put us out of our misery. The prepper takeaway on this: skills, not just stuff. Knowing how to grow food, purify water, build basic tools, and repair things without complex industrial inputs will be your greatest asset. Get manual tools. I've done entire videos just going through uh, trade days, swap meets, whatever you want to call them, showing you guys why and how to pick manual tools. I've also done videos showing you how to garden and purify and sanitize water. Check all those in my videos. Make sure you have a blacksmith and a herbalist in your community. Community resource sharing becomes critical. So what's the solution? More beans? More bunkers? Those are vital, yes. But the deeper lesson from the Krell in this is we have to evolve beyond our hatreds, our envy, our desire to control each other. We need democratized dialogue, not democratized destruction. The only way to disarm the monsters from the id is to acknowledge them, understand them, and find common ground. Talk to your neighbors, build local resilience, and share knowledge. Because when everyone has a nuke in every pot, metaphorically we hope, the only thing that saves us is mutual respect. Oh yeah, I did a video called A Nuke in Every Pot 6 years ago on this channel. Prepper takeaway. Survival isn't just about stockpiling, it's about community. Building trust and cooperation now is your most essential prep. It's the ultimate insurance against the Krell's fatal flaw. For the prepper, this means your community is your bunker. If the id monsters win, the only thing that stands between you and the gray goo is a group of people who trust each other. Remember, I've done several videos talking about forming survival tribes, mutual assured assurance groups, MAGs. So the risks are real. They're present now and terrifying. But humanity has an innate desire to survive, thrive, stay out of the hive, and explore. We can do this, but we have to wake up. We have to be informed. We have to change. And that's why you come here to my channel on Green Grades, because this is what I teach you. So hit that subscribe button. Share this video. This platform don't like me for some reason. So share my video wide. And let's get this vital conversation going. And I'll cover a video on this over on Galactic Grades, and we'll explore why these risks are a call to rapidly settle space and examine the ultimate escape hatch, how we can move life beyond Earth before it's too late. Because if the Earth becomes uninhabitable, we need a backup plan, and a really big one, and really fast. Stay vigilant, stay prepared, but most importantly, stay human. Your community is your best defense. So click on the video above to see why our civilization is so fragile. And always keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel. And thank you all for watching. Greg out.